Guys, have you seen what Jake Paul's been up to? He's partnering with Rush Royale, and so have I. It's the mobile game guaranteed to keep you entertained. Scan the QR code or click the link below to get the game right away. If you're into strategic planning and fighting monsters like I am, you're gonna love this game. Rush Royale is the ultimate tower defense game. I love playing it. You can build your deck with a variety of powerful units and unlock mighty heroes with unique abilities to take on other players, break through their defenses, and earn rewards. And with Jake Paul as a Rush Royale playable hero, voiced by the man himself, it gets even better. Defend the damn tower. It's the rallying cry of Rush Royale hero Jake Paul. His super abilities enhance the gameplay and the experience. Guys, don't forget to use his Super Punch memory photo and his Champion's belt. That's gonna boost his active skill to deal more damage onto his target. Jake Paul's character is a limited edition only available to get until July 29th. So rush and install Rush Royale right now for free with my link or scan the QR code on the screen. You also get a special Master Chest bonus with great rewards, which can be exchanged for a legendary card. Just scan the QR code or click the link below and fight for the win. There was a back and forth between Joe Rogan and Tyson Fury. And I saw it when it happened. I didn't think a whole lot of it. I was loosely entertained. I thought both guys did their job. Even though Tyson called Joe some pretty strong language, he does it playful. Like Tyson's just got a charisma about him. Not to mention of the things he was throwing at Joe that could be mean-spirited. He called him bald. But because Tyson's bald, it's like, okay, we're not really mad here, right? We're not actually arguing and trying to hurt each other's feelings or turn our fan bases on each other. This is done in the spirit, as Shakespeare would say, of hail fellow well met. I mean, they're being jovial, but I rewatched it. It just kept coming up. It's one of those things. You guys go to TikTok? TikTok is the greatest social media app to ever exist. If you're not on TikTok, don't go. It's too good. You will spend too much time watching, but it keeps coming to me. And then people broke it down into what's called a short. And then other people broke it into what's called a meme. And I just kept getting a variation of it. And there was part of it, I mean, it deemed a response. It got a response. Joe said something that is completely true. Now, many people don't say it. Maybe because it's not nice. But it's completely true. We all know it to be true. Which is that Jon Jones would dispatch of Tyson Fury very, very quickly. So, Tyson, when he responded, objecting to that, did make it clear that he was a boxer. He was not a cage fighter. And if Jon wants to come in the boxing ring, he'll fight him anytime. Now, I had to hear this from last week on because the video kept coming to me. But I had to hear it all those times to finally understand what the issue is. The issue that both sides are taking is when Tyson says, I can beat him in a boxing match. So if he wants to come fight me, that's the problem. That is the problem. Fight. That's the word that gets the MMA guys' feathers up. It is that specific word, and that is an interesting one. Why did boxing get called fighting? I could definitely understand at some point where that was the closest thing that you were going to have to a fight, or at least it would appear. I could see where it would adopt that word, but around 1993, you kind of got to shake the word. And I see other people pick it up. I do know some grapplers that will call it a fight. I don't know wrestlers that do it. I don't know. I don't know Taekwondo guys that do it. I hear bout and match and competition. I don't hear that. But that is the problem. Or at least that is where the MMA crowd, Joe Rogan, is begrudging what Tyson is saying. No one said you can't outbox him, but nobody even spoke about boxing. Nobody wants to see you box him. Nobody's leaning in the direction of having you box him. We didn't bring this up. You did. You said you'd beat him up in a fight. But you didn't mean a fight. You meant a boxing match. So then you got the guys, and they got to take the time to explain to the newbies that boxing is an element of fighting. It's only one element. And you got to hear all of the nonsense. But there is vernacular in certain places that really, you can trigger somebody. I had a friend since high school. He ended up being wrestling teammates with him, Nate. And he, in college, went and joined a fraternity. If you wanted to get him upset, if you wanted to get Nate, who was such a nice guy, if you wanted to get him all riled up, you called it a frat. Hey, how's your frat? Hey, how's everything going with the frat? And he'll give you this entire speech about, you don't call your nation a gnat, and you don't call and he would have all these different things. You don't call it a frat, you call it a fraternity. It just got him. Pro wrestlers. Right? Al Snow was talking about this, and he was just talking about he hates it when somebody calls it fake. And that's a real one for pro wrestlers. They really despised that, and it was for good reason. Because of the art, because of the craft, because of the studying, because of the lineage, because of the protection of the business, not to mention and possibly, moreover, the injuries. Go, man, I got a bad back, I got a separated disc, I got a hernia, I got all these different things. You're telling me that this is fake, this is real. It's just one of those things where it's like, well, Chris Jericho, right? He's another one. Do not call it fake, don't call him a mark. But the other side of it is that's not the world's worst word to use when you are attempting to portray yourself as something, you're actually something else. I mean, fake's this terrible word. I don't know that it is. And I don't know that if you call a boxing match a fight, I don't know that this is some kind of a terrible sin. I will just tell you that it triggers people, and I don't know why Nate wanted to go and use all the syllables on fraternity, and let's just call it a frat. I don't understand those things. But that's never going to end, right? Like Tyson Fury saying this and getting a response purely it is not about who understands the sweet science or footwork or experience or size or reach or youth or who your trainer is. It's not about any of those things. It's about vernacular. You want to box, which is a very limited form of fighting, but you want to use the word of a fighter, and a fighter views that to a degree as stolen valor. He views that to a degree that you have to earn that. You have to become a veteran. There's things that you have to do to go into that category. I got to tell you, Aswan, I don't see it that way. I knew when I aspired to be a fighter, I know now that I'm done being a fighter, I knew when I was fighting, I am amongst the lowest rungs of society. Right? I mean, there's a few things at the bottom that you're allowed to do. You can smoke, and you can drink, and you can gamble, and you can fight. I knew right where we stood. I was okay with that. But there was an honor that comes over time. And I looked at jiu-jitsu very differently as well. Until Fabiano Scherner gave me my black belt. Then you start to get, it becomes different. It just does. And I will tell you, I mean, Jones and Tyson, I don't know why we got to be weird, right? We'll never get done with the guys that'll go, okay, we're going to do this for 5 minutes, but then we go and do this, and we'll even do yours for a minute. They start putting all this weird stuff. I'll come and do this with you, but then you're going to have a grappling match with me. It just starts to get weird. It's like, no, you can have boxing. You can have it. But you didn't say that. You said fighting. You're not fighting. Might be hard. Might be gritty. You might have to dig down. You might have some elements of fighting. But you're not fighting. You're boxing. And that is the actual beef between Rogan and Tyson Fury.